the Super Cowboy Show. The Super Cowboy Show. Tune in the Super Cowboy Show. Super Cowboy rapping all day, every hour. Princess Angie hosting too, bringing girl power. Cowboys football updates and charity, supporting the community, pushing anti-bullying. Angie's hot seat is ready to go, putting guests to the test. Nervous in the studio, so just tune in, be part of the show. Share the link, post a comment, call in, let's go.
From Huntington Beach to Placentia, Prime Cut is bringing the flavor this Taco Tuesday. Our meats, mesquite charcoal grilled to perfection. Our tacos, served fresh, hot, and loaded with flavor. And our vibe, always on point. This Tuesday, grab 3 tacos starting at just $7.50. Regular, premium, or go all out with Prime. And pair it with an ice-cold beer or agua fresca for just $3.50. Prime Cut Taqueria, where the tacos are so good, you'll forget it's only Tuesday.
Ooh, those tacos look good, Angie. Welcome to the Super Cowboy Show Overtime. We couldn't wait until next week to talk about this game that just passed. We have so much tension inside of us, Angie. We got to get it out. How you doing, Angie?
You know, I don't know. I don't think I am
that says
letting out my frustration as you are currently. Maybe I should.
I wish I could have flown to Carolina and got on the field myself and stopped some of these wide open passes in the end zone. A lot of people thought I was in Carolina, but I was not. I was at COSM, Dallas, Texas, guys. I will be posting some videos of that. Big thanks to COSM for inviting me and Angie out to check it out. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. As a lot of people said, hey, I didn't know you went to Carolina. That's how awesome it is, because people actually thought I was at the stadium where I was not. It felt like I was, but I was not.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool experience, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Besides the fact of the turnout from the game, I feel like the experience overall was not bad, right?
Exactly. Overall experience at COSM is pretty great. Food, beverages, and the awesome dome screen video. I don't even know what you call that. But yeah, that's what we were watching the game. And we just wanted to start a new show on Mondays, a little small show talking about what happened on Sunday or whatever day the game is. Right, Angie? But we are going to have the Spanish show coming up after this. We're just going to be talking a little bit about what you guys think about this Sunday's game and what do we need to do for this next game coming up.
Exactly. Like Super Cowboy said, we couldn't wait. Normally we do the shows, Fridays or Saturdays. But we decided that it's more real and more in that moment, right? If we do it on Mondays, or like you said, if it's, Thursday, Friday, whatever it is, to kind of get everybody's reactions. And normally we want good reactions. And I don't know what kind of reactions we're going to get today, Super Cowboy, with that loss against the Panthers, 27-30.
We're just trying to
conversation.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
The powers that be does not want us to have about this game.
What's up, everybody on Instagram? I got to see some people there. on Instagram. Thank you guys for tuning in. We want to talk about this game where it's still fresh in our minds before we forget about what we want to talk about by the next Super Cowboy show. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad in the beginning, right, Angie?
Well, defined, I guess.
I mean, it was 3-3, it was 10-10. You know, it was just back and forth on offense. You could kind of say their defense was not great either, but it just didn't look as bad as ours because they ran all over us. They threw all over us. And they actually ran the ball. So Dow said, hey, buckle up. And he wasn't kidding. You as a team, sometimes you take that as, you know, personal and you make it your business to stop the run, right? But they were like, man, yeah, go ahead. Run as much as you want on us. It was bad. It was pretty bad. 200 and something yards? I don't even know the exact stats that he had. Every time he got the ball, he was just running like, hey, no one's going to stop me. A lot of missed tackles, a lot of just madness, Angie, in this game, which is kind of, you know, disappointing because Dak is playing at an MVP level, even with backup, you know, offensive linemen and not knowing if we had a running game, which we actually kind of do. But in this game, they were just all over our running game. You know, we couldn't get anything.
And we could definitely start off with that defense since you were touching on that defense, right? And Rico Dowell, like you said, with a total of 239 yards. And it's just crazy to kind of see that. And I've had this conversation with you over and over, right? That inconsistency. And this time, like you said, that offense, it's not looking bad. And then now we got the defense, right? It's either the offense or the defense. And in
Pick
this,
one.
exactly. And in this case, we're working on that defense. And that defense that's allowing all these yards, right? Not only these run yards, these passing yards. And it's like trying to look at what's going on and trying to figure out where is the issue, right?
Right.
Where is that issue coming from? Is it the fact that the players are not understanding that defense scheme? Or does it need to be broken down? Or is it that complicated that they just really cannot figure it out? Are they not practicing enough? Is it the coaches? Is it the players? What is it? And that's the question, right? That question of what is it and how can it be fixed?
That's the mystery that we're trying to figure out as a team. What is going on with this defense? I mean, you have Diggs, you have Bland. It's not like it's new guys. Yes, you have some new guys here and there, but it's pretty much the same defense of players. You know, just you're missing Micah. And, you know, some injuries here and there, but, you know, people come and go. It just seems like they're lost. They don't know what they're doing. They're saying the coaching is good, so it has to be the players that don't know what they're doing. But these are players that were great at some point, right? The interceptions and reading coverage very well. You want to blame sometimes Wilson as a safety that he's not where he's supposed to be, but then he gets an interception in this game. You know, so, but then he blows coverage and a touchdown.
And that's what's crazy. If you look at it, right, you see that secondary and you're like, okay, so what are they playing? If they're playing zone, it doesn't look like that. And we were having those conversations where I was telling you, like, look at the Panthers and look how they're lining up and look how they're changing it and look how it looks, right, in regards to like their defense. And then you look at the Cowboys defense and you're like, why are they open? Why is the run not being stopped? And it's like, first down. And you're just like, what is going on with this defense? And then hearing at the press conference, Coach Shoddy say that it's not the scheme, that it's like that. It's the players and like that understanding. And if they need to break it down for them to see and understand him, that's something that they got to do. And even Stephen Jones saying that it's not the coach. It's like there's nothing wrong with the coach. And as fans, you're frustrated, right? And you want to see changes. And some are like, fire the coach. He's the problem.
Exactly. I mean, if you want to win some games this season, you have to score, you know, over 30, 40 points as an offense and kind of hopefully stop them enough, whatever team that is, where they don't score 30, 40 points on you also.
But it's not like the offense are not putting up points. They are, right? And I know there were certain, instances where it was third and out, and we were not doing anything. And maybe that could also have been fixed where they could have kept scoring.
Yeah.
You okay?
There's a mosquito got in here.
Where they could have kept scoring, right? And not be in that situation. But then the defense couldn't have stopped either. So it's just that's all I got.
It's just one of those seasons where you want them to do something, because you always do. Why would you want to have a season where like they don't do anything, they don't make the playoffs, they don't win any games? You know what I'm saying? But you got a new coach, you got a new defensive coach, you got, some new players here and there. So yes, you're trying to gel all this together, and that's why I think, the preseason was fine the way it was. I know people didn't like it because, it was too long or this and that, but you need that time to get together and figure out who's going to play where and how you're going to do during the season. And I always, everyone is always scared that they're going to get hurt on preseason, but I think you kind of need it, and you need that, that third game to get in the starters in there and see what they're going to do a little bit. I know there's always that chance that someone's going to get hurt, but you always need that because they could only practice so many hours, a week because of all the rules that the NFL has. So it's not like you could just continue practicing and knowing who's going to be where. And maybe you can in your own time, but who's really going to put the time, to do something like that? That's the thing. Those are the teams that maybe make it to the Super Bowl. The teams that when practice is over, they don't say nothing. They walk away to another field and practice over there, without the NFL saying anything to them. Who knows? But I mean, I don't know how they're going to fix this defense. There's no pressure on the quarterback. So he has time to throw, find people open, but then some of these people are just wide open.
Exactly. And of course, obviously in the press conference, there was lots of questions for Coach Schottenheimer, and his response were just like, we ask ourselves the why, and I had to figure out that why and try to be better, right? As coaches, as players. But we're in week 6, right? We're finishing up week 6. So it's like, do you sound the alarms now? Is there time? Like, because all of these trying to understand, your defense, your offense, the plays and this and that, isn't that things that have to be done before we're in this situation that we're in now?
Exactly.
Like, it seems like right now we're like, okay, now we're trying to figure it out. Exactly. This has to be figured out before the season starts.
And maybe you try to figure out, week 1, 2, 3, but we're at week 6 and we're still trying to figure it out. Like, no, now you have to kind of figure it out and know what you're supposed to be doing.
Want to read some comments?
Yes. Hey, what's going on? Sorry. That's not in my throat. Ismael Ruiz. Hi, Angie and Supercowboy. It's my fault. I fed them very well, I swear.
Well, thank you for feeding them.
I know, right? You got to take it easy on them, that brisket sandwiches.
He's saying it's not his fault, Supercowboy.
It's not my fault. I fed them very well. I know. I'm saying maybe he did. He fed them very well. But they're sluggish out there. But I don't know what to tell you. I wish I knew what they can do to fix it. The defense is just not looking good at all, and it's not looking like a good season if it continues this way. The only way I could tell you they could fix it is taking those 2 first-round picks and getting 2 good defensive players that could help now, not later, not next year, but right now that they could come in and help us. I'm guessing a good rusher and some good, safety. Corner.
Oh, I don't know. I would like to see Max Crosby come
well,
this
you're
way.
not gonna be able to get 2. If Crosby is coming, then you got to get, those 2 first-round picks and probably even more than that. So
it's just crazy, and it's just frustrating as fans. I think it's just you want to see changes. You want to start winning, right? Because it's been so long being in the playoffs, being in the championship game. It's just frustrating as fans, and I know we want to get there, but also if you go back and you look at the Jimmy Johnson era, it's not like right away he made this fantastic team, right? And he started winning Super Bowls, But I think with the drought that's been so long, I think that's where it gets frustrating. And I feel like this is a game where a lot of fans thought we have it in our back pocket. This is a win. But it was the same thing with the Bears, right? Oh, we got this. And then what happened? So, but then you go and you play against Giants or the Eagles, and you're completely different. So what is it?
Exactly. And it was a close game. We lost by 3 points. We lost by a field goal at the end. We never got the ball back. So, you don't want to blame the offense, but they also did get the ball and didn't do anything. So maybe we score there. Maybe it's a different kind of game. So overall, I don't know. And now we have the Commanders here at home, which is not an easy game, division, rival. So, and then after that, you got Denver. So it's not getting any easier. You had these 2 games, Jets and Panthers, that were winnable games. You win one out of them. So now it's like, now you got to win one of these harder ones to make up for this one. So that's what we're going to see coming up this weekend on Sunday here at AT&T. And don't forget, go to Vatos Locos Tailgate. We got more information coming about that. We just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about the game and what do you guys think was going on yesterday.
It's just crazy. And then if you shift over to the offense briefly, and it's like they are scoring points. And yes, there are things that they do have to work on, right? The first series, they didn't do anything. They did get the ball. And it's like there is it takes them a little while to kind of get it going. But when they get going, they get going. And it's not like they didn't score any points. They did score points. We did have touchdowns, but that run game was not working. Why was it not working? What is it that changed from this week to last week, right?
Exactly.
Because we were already saying, okay, that run game is starting to look better. That offense is starting to click, even without CD, right? You have George Pickens. It's like, who did you pick up on your fantasy that you're so excited about?
The Dallas defense.
Done. I'm done. I did not say that.
They got me, -1 point? Thank you.
We're talking offense.
Oh, on offense, who did I pick up? I don't even know. Oh, Flanoe.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, because you were so excited. So I was hoping that you would be like, yeah.
Flanoe.
But it's just crazy, and it's just frustrating as fans, right, to see where we're at. Obviously, we want to win, but it's like we have to take it one game at a time. The only thing is that if you're not putting winning games in your pocket, you're not going to be able to make it to what everybody wants, right, to make it to the playoffs and to make it to the Super Bowl. That's the thing about it. And I know we have lots of game left. I know we're only on, week 6, but you got to start making changes like yesterday, not today, like yesterday.
Exactly. I got some more comments here. Anaya, Katrina Starr, my blood pressure was super high with that game.
Exactly.
Hello to both of you.
Yes.
What's up? Thank you for tuning in. La Katrina Starr. I see Rudy El Cargador has joined on Instagram. What's up, Rudy? We're going to get the Chargers in a couple weeks here at home to see how that goes. But, I mean,
the Chargers are playing some good football, too.
Exactly. Denver's winning some games. That's the week after that, guys. So the plan is for Supercowboy to be in Denver. So if you guys are close to Denver or plan on going to Denver, let me know. We got a tailgate with One Star One family. If you guys want to come hang out with us, it's this one, I believe. Yes, Cowboys Denver Takeover on TickPick, guys. Get your tickets. We're going to have live DJs, giveaways, all you can eat, drinks, food, and Supercowboy will be out there hanging out with you guys in Denver. First time for me in Denver. So that's going to be one of those games, right, Angie?
Man, yep. I have in my fantasy Denver's defense. So,
so you better sit them that week.
I have to know. I'm saying it as in, like, they're not a bad defense. That's what I'm saying. And then they have Bo Nix as their quarterback, who has been looking better and better as the seasons are kind of going on. So, and the way our defense is playing, I don't know anymore. And it's that inconsistency that drives me nuts.
Yes. And Rudy says, "Hey guys, see you guys at the game." So he's coming.
Oh,
He's coming. Last time it was a preseason game, right?
yeah.
The Chargers were here. He came, so now he's coming for the regular season game to AT&T. So hey, we're ready for you, Rudy. Come on. Monday, unless we play on a Monday, the Super Cowboy Show overtime will come in, about 20 minutes and just talk about what happened in the game and what do you guys think. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next Monday. And tune in a couple of minutes, about 10 minutes, I will say. We're going to switch over and do the Spanish show with Wonderlau and Angie La Princesa.
And then really quickly, Anel is saying that her hubby, El 49er, is saying, "Estás triste, Super Cowboy?" Yep. Can you hear it? Can you hear it in his voice? He is very sad.
Not as triste as the 49er fans, though.
Oh, on that note, we can close it up.
Trancazos have been thrown. Shots fired.
So see you guys. Stay tuned in a little bit. I'm going to talk with Wonderlau in Espanol about this game.
We'll be right back.